everyone, welcome to Room 217 News, your place to find out everything that's going on in our school and in our classroom this week. Wow, what an amazing weekend we have had. I hope that you have taken some time to get outside in this beautiful weather. I like to call this like false spring because we know it's not real. Like we know it's not going to last long. And then it's not. We're going to be back to the 50s next week. But I hope you've enjoyed soaking up the nice weather today. And I'm excited to share some good information with you about our week ahead. This week is actually our final week of blended learning, our final week of being on Zoom and in person. It's our final week of having Group A and Group B because we will be moving to Plan A on Monday, March 8th. This is a big move for our school and for our district, and we're super excited about having all of the students back in the building so that we can move away from blended learning and move back into what a more normal type of school might feel like. So we're super excited about that. I do just want you to know that we are still planning and making some plans about that Plan A shift. And you should receive more information about that this week with anything that might change or might be different in regards to Plan A. This week we're celebrating Read Across America Week, celebrating the famous author Dr. Seuss. And so we are going to be planning some fun theme days, and we want to invite you to participate both in person and online. On Monday, we are celebrating both Fox and Socks, and we are going to wear crazy socks that day. So find the craziest socks you have. Maybe wear one sock on one foot and a different sock on the other foot. So find the craziest socks that you have and wear them tomorrow, both on Zoom and in person. On Tuesday, we are going to dress like our favorite Dr. Seuss character. Now, I want you to be creative, right? Because I don't really have a Dr. Seuss outfit in my closet. So I want you to be creative and find what you have that might look like a famous Dr. Seuss character. Or you could even make something. Would be really fun too. On Wednesday, we are celebrating the book Cat in the Hat, and we are wearing hats. So on Zoom, we'll all be on Zoom that day, so I'm looking forward to seeing all the fun hats on Zoom on Wednesday. Let's try to be really creative and not just wear like ball caps, because that's fun. But let's try to wear fun and exciting hats on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we are celebrating the book My Many Colored Days, and we are going to wear as many colors as you can. So maybe a different color shirt, a different color pair of pants, a different color pair of shoes, a different color pair of socks. If you're like Mr. Todd and have lots of different glasses, you could wear different colored glasses too. So all the different colors that you can wear, be creative with it, and I'm excited to see what you come up with. We do want to remind you that students are expected to wear a mask to school and to bring a mask to school with them every single day. And I just want to encourage maybe to try it around and try different masks that stores have to find the one that might best fit your child. Our classroom really hasn't had a problem with this. We've only had a few incidents where a mask might have been too big, but we really haven't had any issues where I've had to give out a lot of masks. But I was asked to remind you from our office staff that to please bring a mask that properly fits your child every day so that we don't have to hand them out to you. We do have masks to hand out, but we're starting to run out of the kid-sized ones. And so we just want to ensure that we have what we need. And so you bringing your own mask and bringing a mask that you know fits your child well is going to really help us out in the coming days, especially in the transition to Plan A. And then finally, we are asking you to submit candid photos and photos of remote learning at home that we can include in our yearbook. So a link will be included in this message. It's a Google form. If you'll just drop your pictures in there of at-home learning, and those will go straight to Miss Moore, who is editing our yearbook, and she's going to put all those fun pictures of the at-home learning in there. Well, that was a lot of information, so I'm sure that if your child is watching, they're very anxious to find out who this week's Superhero of the Week is. So let's head over to the Superhero of the Week wheel to find out who this week's winner is. congratulations to the rainbow. And the rainbow is Maddie. Maddie has done such a fantastic job online and in person. She comes to school so excited in Group B to be there, and online she is really trying her best to get all of her work done and to be the best student that she can be, both in person and online. Like I always say when we talk about Superhero of the Week, every single one of you could be this week's Superhero of the Week because you are doing a phenomenal job online and in person. And I'm really excited about having you all back in person soon so that we can, really just focus on who's doing really great in class. So congrats again to Maddie. And then thanks to everyone again for making this time in Plan B such a huge success for me as the teacher. And just going above and beyond to get everything done and to the best of your ability. Up next is Curriculum Corner. We're going to cover everything that we're learning this week. Hi everyone, welcome to Curriculum Corner. This week in math, we are learning all about fractions. So Miss Jones is starting a brand new math unit. She's going to be covering fractions, and it's just kind of the basics with fractions. Partitioning shapes, simple word problems, and so just a general introduction to fractions. In reading, we're continuing text structures, and we will be looking at cause and effect, and problem and solution, and compare and contrast this week. So we'll be reading a variety of nonfiction texts, filling out graphic organizers to help us determine the text structure and how to compare different texts and different things, and to think about cause and effect, also those relationships that they have with each other. In writing, we are editing and revising our animal research papers. So you guys have done an awesome job drafting, and we're moving on to editing and revising those to make those absolutely perfect before we get ready to publish in a couple of weeks. And then finally, in social studies, we are continuing our study on communities and thinking about, a more global idea of communities. And so we've really focused on our local community of Wilmington, and then we compared that to the community of San Francisco and California. And now we're going to kind of take a global approach and look at communities around the world. So we're super excited about that unit too this week. Again, I just want to send a sincere thank you to every parent, grandparent, student, daycare worker, YMCA worker, whoever has been working with your child during this time of remote learning. I just want to send a sincere thank you. I know that it has been difficult. Trust me, I know. But you guys have rose to the occasion, and you have gone above and beyond to make sure that your student is getting the best education possible while they're at home. And I cannot thank you enough. Literally, from the bottom of my heart, it has just meant so much to me to know that I have a team of supportive parents, supportive grandparents, supportive people in these students' lives that are really making sure that they are getting the best that they can. It almost makes me want to get a little bit emotional because this has been a really difficult time for a lot of people, including myself, but you guys have done it. We have done it. And I'm super excited to have everybody back in the classroom on March 8th. And I just know that we are going to succeed, and we're going to hit the ground running, and it's going to be completely awesome. So again, thank you so much for everything that you've done for me during this time. I really don't know if I could have done it without you, without such a supportive group of people behind me that had my back through it all. And so I'm incredibly grateful and incredibly honored to be your child's teacher and to be a partner with you in your child's education this year. So thank you so much again for that. And if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns about anything that's happening in our classroom this week, please feel free to reach out to me. If not, we'll see you right back here next week for another episode of Room 217 News.